Nailing the driver off the tee is what we're looking at today. What I see often on the lesson tee, and even with videos that I get sent by online clients, is they have lots of issues controlling the club face with the driver specifically. So today we're really going to dial in and show you how to nail the driver by controlling the club face in the golf swing to make you one of the best drivers at your golf club, and you can beat all your mates, which will be, I'm sure, really satisfying. So we're really focusing on the club face and how the club face should work throughout the golf swing. What we see with lots of golfers is the club face is way open in the downswing, and they either try and catch up through the ball or they leave it way open and hit huge slices. So this video will benefit you no matter what level of golfer you are and what issues you have with the driver. It will help. So in order to help demonstrate this, we're going to use a little training aid called the hanger. This will help show the relationship of the club face and your lead wrist and lead arm during the golf swing. So it's a great way of providing some visuals just to show what's going on with that club face. So see how I've got this set up here? This little mini club face matches the club face on the driver. Now, as I said, what I see with a lot of golfers when they start the downswing is this lead wrist cups, this club face opens. Quite often that goes in tandem with a path or plane that comes this way. But you'll see here that club face is way open. And from there, if I hit the golf ball, I'm either going to provide it with a really spinny slice like that, or I'm going to try and save it and then flip it like crazy. And you'll see then this hanger hits my trail arm. Both are not good, but I guess if you're in that position, you need to have some flip to square that club face up somewhat. Somewhat will be better than none, because obviously you're going to slice the ball less and it'll give you some margin of success. The ideal thing to do is to get this club face more organized before we get there, and also some awareness of what happens with it through the swing. So let's get stuck into that. So let's get stuck in. So at address here with this hanger, you'll see that it's just away from my lead arm. Now in the takeaway, I would want it still away from my lead arm. As I move from the takeaway to the top of the backswing, I'd want this bracket, for want of a better word, to start pressing into my lead arm. I'd want this club to be pretty parallel to my lead arm. So I can see that. I can't see this unless I look. That is what I'd want it to be. So that would be the backswing. In the downswing, I'd want to increase that pressure a bit if I can, and really get to start to feel that this points upwards and away from my face, if you look at it, and keep that move all the way down into the downswing and then through the golf ball. You'll see here that this rotates with my arms, but I'm still trying to feel I have contact with this. Now, I'm not saying this is easy. I know with my golf swing, this will potentially be coming away around about impact. I do get the hands forward impact for sure, but it does definitely change a little earlier than I would want compared to the best players in the world. So what I'm saying it from your point of view is all we're looking for is improvements, gains, gain by 1%. So if we would normally be here, getting closer to where the best players are is going to make you drive better. And the more we close this club face, the more we reduce the dynamic loft. So the theory is we reduce an unwanted backspin, and we also then hit it further because we hit it with lower loft. Obviously then, if the driver's fitted for your current pattern, you might have to look at lofting up a little bit. And also we want to make sure we are hitting up on the ball as well to maximize these launch conditions and criteria. So what I'd suggest you do is you'd get a hanger, or at worst you'd use a hanger, plastic one, stick it on the golf club, work it to the top, feel that pressure, feel that pressure, feel that pressure, work it through, and then try and hit a driver, first of all, going really slowly. That will be the key. And then once we've hit a few really slowly, build that up. Let's go ahead and hit a slow one. Now that felt sweet as a nut, or nailed as we're trying to say in this video. I nailed it in the center of the face. That was not full power. It was not, me trying to hit the ball as far as I can, but it was a very penetrative flight, very straight in flight, a little lower than I'd wanted to do, because again, I had what I would class as good wrist conditions, good wrist angles with low speed, with a shaft that's too stiff for that speed in theory. So I would definitely want to build that up. So the more rehearsals you can do, the more practice swings you can do, starting to feel this club face, where it is, and almost feeling it's more toe down. Ideally we want it parallel to the spine, but toe down is a good feel. And then rotate, keeping the lead arm traveling, almost like the clothesline arm shape through the golf ball. We feel that there's acceleration with the arms, and the arm is structured and straight. That's the feels I almost want you to have with the driver. Once you've done some short ones, some small swings, then I would encourage them we go to the full power. So if you feel like we use the same movements and positions, maybe look into how the wrist felt. Did we feel it with the lead wrist? Did we feel it with the trail wrist? It doesn't matter. But certainly trying to feel with one of those wrists what you're doing more. So then let's go ahead and unleash one. Trying to feel we did the same thing. So good flight there for me. Straight, happy with the strike. Felt a little stiff. This is my first full drive I've hit today. I've only hit a couple of shots. So definitely warm up before you play. Would recommend that. But definitely a feeling of the more of awareness of the club face and the wrists. Definitely is going to make you hit longer, straighter drives. And in terms of the title, nail them down the fairway. So the club face with the driver is responsible for 85% of the start direction with the ball flight. It's huge, the biggest factor. So working on the club face can only be a good thing. Can only help you hit better drives, better shots, straighter shots. Nail those shots down the fairway. That's what we want you to do. So I hope you've enjoyed that look at the driver and nailing it. If you did, please click like and also post some comments down below. Tell me what you thought of the video. Tell me what you'd like to see differently. Tell me what subjects you'd like me to cover in future videos. I really appreciate that feedback. Also, if you haven't already followed or subscribed, hit my logo down below and make sure you join me on my journey and help me to help you improve and lower your scores. Lastly, thank you for joining me today at the Forest of Arden. Hope to see you back here real soon.